What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video guys, me going over should you continue summoning on the Queen Elizabeth banner, considering all the things that are going to be coming out in the near future, and also if it's even worth continuing after getting like one copy or even going super deep in the banner itself. So let's hop into the video, guys. Let's discuss. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 40,000 subscribers, guys. We are literally like 500 subscribers away, man. I think we're like 470 actually. So if you guys have not hit that subscribe button already, man, definitely make sure to. And with that out of the way, let's hop in and let's discuss the Annie banner and if you guys should continue summoning. Alright guys, now should you continue summoning on the Queen Elizabeth banner? Let's discuss depending on where you are on the banner and also what circumstances you may be in. So let's talk about if you do not have Queen Elizabeth yet. If you should continue summoning on the banner, I say yes, you should. And the reason why is because Queen Elizabeth is such a good character in the game right now, is that she's very versatile. She's going to be very strong in the PvP side of the game right now. And even though we know that, you know, future December festival or just in general, like December festival characters have always kind of like trumped the November Fest, there is still a chance that Goddess team could be one of the stronger teams in the game. Regardless of that, you know, Queen Elizabeth also does have viability with other teams in the game, not just Goddesses. So if Goddesses do fall off and 7 Deadly Sins becomes the new meta with the new Melee at end of year, then you're gonna definitely be wanting to run this Queen Elizabeth alongside that Meliodas, just as an example, right? So if you don't have Queen Elizabeth at all, my recommendation is go until you get her. That's gonna be the main thing right there. Now with the banner being as good as it is, it's really hard to like stop, especially if you're like really late in the banner and you pull her, because then it's like, okay, do I just go for another copy or do I not, right? It comes down to that. One thing to mention about Queen Elizabeth's banner as well is that it's going to be for a month long. It goes until the 1st of January of next year. So you literally have the rest of this month, and then you have the first day of the month. So my thing is that if you can't summon all right now, that's fine. You can summon, you know, throughout the banner, and later in the banner you'll be able to do more summons as the, you know, the days go on, right? As we're going to be having the login bonus still going for the actual event. So yeah guys, if you're in a situation where you've pretty much summoned and gotten Elizabeth already, but you think you want to go to the 900 just because the banner value is really good, and also because you want to get either another dupe of Liz or maybe like your first copy of one of the other featured festivals, then definitely go for it, man. My thing is, as well as that, you know, if you're going around to the end of the pity here, and let's say you have Queen Elizabeth but you don't have Mael or you don't have Transcendent Bond, that might not be a bad idea actually to pick up a copy of them, because they're going to be very strong characters just in general on the game. If you look at the characters like Mael here, he's going to be a must-have for Goddesses, and honestly a more valuable character in my opinion than Queen Elizabeth, considering the landscape of PvE and PvP right now. Mael is one of the best characters in the game, and he is used in the hardest PvE content and also the main PvP team in the game right now being Goddesses. So if you do pull Queen Elizabeth early, you definitely want to be picking like Mael or even like Transcendent Bond, because he's still one of the better, you know, characters in the game as well. So yeah guys, that's kind of the idea though. So let's talk about if you pull Elizabeth like either somewhere in the banner but before the pity as well. But let's say you do it around like here or even like here. So if you pull her within the first 300 gems and you just care about the Queen Elizabeth and you don't necessarily care about the actual characters on the banner itself, then I would say actually stop, because if you pull her early here, even though the banner is as crazy as it is, right, but like let's say you don't need majority of these characters, it's like, okay, you just pull Elizabeth early on, stop and save for end of year, because we know the end of year festival is going to be super broken. Another thing as well is that they're going to be giving out 2 free multis on the Queen Elizabeth banner, so you can still try your luck anyway. And if you're in a situation where you're going throughout the banner right now and you're trying to pull for Elizabeth but you want to save gems, you can wait till you get to around like 8-10 on the banner and then use the 2 free ticket multis they're going to be giving out in the event and finish out the pity right there. That's going to be a good way to do it. So yeah guys, let's discuss if you guys have pulled Queen Elizabeth but you want to know who you should be picking at the pity, because the pity is going to be very important considering the characters that are available. So let's talk about if you don't have Elizabeth. If you don't have Elizabeth and you actually go to the pity, my recommendation actually is going to be Mael. This might be a crazy thing to suggest, but it's, you know, you got to think about the long-term value for the character on your account, and right now Mael is just more valuable as a character. Look at the Goddess team in PvP, right? Obviously you would need Queen Elizabeth for that Goddess team, but it's one of the best teams in the game. Look at PvE, right? Does Queen Elizabeth fit the need for PvE? Not necessarily. Does Mile do it? Yes. And another thing that Mile can do as well is that he's a very, very good Heroes Arena character. So if you're running him alongside, you know, the SR Elizabeth, right, for the healing, you know, Goddess team that just builds up a ton of stats, you can definitely run that team. And in my opinion right now, the value from Mael at between choosing between these two characters, Mael is going to be the most value for me in my opinion. And if I had to pick one of the characters at the pity, and if I got completely shafted and I had to take, if you don't have Mael, get a copy of him. But regardless of that though, Elizabeth is still worth picking, and even if you do pick her over Mael, I don't see that that's a bad thing. But definitely think about the longevity of your account, guys, with Mael being as good as he is. So yeah, man, that's kind of the idea though, guys. Like when going throughout the banner, if you pull Elizabeth but you don't care about the featured characters, then you can stop right there. Just having her on on your account is going to be fine, right? But you know, if you still want to pull for a lot of the characters, and let's say you're around like the middle of the banner, or even like, you know, the later half of the banner, then it's fine to actually continue summoning and then finishing out the banner and then picking whatever character you want at the pity. Especially if you did pull Elizabeth but you're missing like, you know, Mael, or you're missing like Transcendent Bond, definitely getting to the end there to pick either of those two characters, or even like, you know, Ultimate Esnor or Perk Melly is definitely going to be really good. Alright guys, so now that we've covered the like one rotation and talking about if you pull Liz or not and whether it's good to continue summoning or not, let's discuss, should you be doing another rotation and going for dupes on the character? My thing is with that, guys, is that if you're going to be doing a second rotation, you have to commit and go towards the pity, because if you're going to start summoning and you go around like halfway in, it's just going to be a waste of gems, and it's not going to be worthwhile considering you will be able to guarantee one of the characters at the pity. So if you're summoning along on the banner, as an example, guys, let's say you get to around like 600 on the banner, you go to the 600 mark and you actually don't get the SSR that you want from that, you know, SSR, then you would have to go to that 900 just so that you could get, you know, one of the characters at the pity. And if you're missing dupes on the characters, it will be worthwhile to actually pick up either like dupes on Transcendent Bond or like Queen Elizabeth herself, right, or even Mael, right? Definitely things that you might want to think about doing, considering the festival lineup is as good as it is, and also the banner itself, with especially a lot of the unfeatures that if you maybe are chasing like, you know, LR Liz or like Margaret, you know, Lostvayne, even some of the regular filler characters here like Freya, you know, Roxy, Tyr, right? These are characters that are super desirable, and if you want to do that second rotation just to have a chance at pulling for those other characters, it's not a bad idea. But remember, you have to save your gems for end of year, especially if you're a player that's going to be considering, you know, buying outfits as well. For you guys that don't know, at the end of the year, every single year they've done this, we actually do have a costume discount where anytime you buy costumes during the end of year event with whatever character that comes out, costumes are only going to be 20 gems versus being 30 gems normally for the UR outfits that you're trying to buy. So that is going to be the best time, guys, to actually be buying outfits for a team that you might want to build in PvP, or if you're building characters for PvE and you want to just have a little bit more stats. So that's kind of the idea. You want to make sure that you're saving as much gems as you can for that end of year banner and for buying costume, you know, on discount. And the reason why buying costumes on discount might be a good idea for a lot of you guys is because if you want to commit to a single PvP team that gets you champion 1 throughout the year, it's not going to be a bad idea to commit to, let's say, Goddess team, or we wait till the end of year, and when you find out that whatever the Melly's able to do, if he works really well with the 7 Deadly Sins characters, then maybe, you know, focus fully on the Sins characters and you level Queen Diane's, like all her outfits, you get Queen Elizabeth's outfits, you get Melly's outfits, right? You get Transcendent Bond's outfits. That's going to be a good way to actually make sure that you stay in champion 1 every single week that goes on throughout the new year, where you can save up a lot more gems so that the upcoming, you know, Global Annie, or even like, you know, halfway into the year with 2024, and we get the actual anniversary for the 5th year anniversary, then we'll actually have some stuff going and you'll have a lot more gems with that, guys. So this is kind of like a very future-proof thing though with, you know, buying costumes on discount, is that when you buy them in New Year's, most of the time the New Year's character does last a while. Look at Perk Melly, he's still a relevant character to this day, and because I actually did buy outfits for him on my free-to-play account, I actually did really well in PvP for pretty much the first half of this year, literally until like Transcendent Bond drop, guys. I think my Perk Melly team, or even a little bit after that too, I think till like hell really, that was probably like the last time where I stopped using demons to you know, push in my champion 1. And once I got onto using like the hell team and I switched over to unknown, that's when I got to champion 1 using them. But that's how crazy the longevity of that demon team was, and that I was able to run that team pretty much the entire 2023 year. So that's something you definitely want to think about, is that you're going to be buying, you know, costumes during end of year, which is going to be a lot more gems gems than just 900 gems, and you also want to summon on the character, so that means 900 gems plus, let's say, like 300 gems worth of costumes. That's gonna be 1200 gems that you would have to think about to be saving for end of year, guys. So you definitely want to, you know, bear that in mind if you're deciding on going a second rotation. Just, you know, keep that in your mind when actually doing it. Either commit to this banner completely, and then with whatever comes out in December, you just, you know, kind of either skip, or you just buy costume discounts. Maybe you could maybe do that as well. But yeah, man, that's pretty much my thought process, guys, on if you should be continuing summoning on the banner. I've pretty much covered everything that people have been saying, like in terms of what they want to be doing when summoning on this banner. So I hope you guys definitely do enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man. Peace out and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.